to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, welcome to your mystery reading. The first thing that we're going to do is shuffle out one card from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot to get the context or the general energy of your reading. If you want to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok. The link to that will be in the description. And before I show you your card for the context or the general energy of your reading, remember that this is a general reading on the internet, so if a message isn't resonating or you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay. Just let it go, because there's a good chance it could just be for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides will make it obvious to you. Wow, that's actually unreal. The Ace of Cups. The reason why I said unreal was because before I started recording, I saw the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And, I was thinking about, what that could mean. I wasn't making it as part of the reading, I just did it, just because. But this is a pretty powerful confirmation here that this reading is going to be about some sort of opportunity related to love. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could just have something to do with the relationships in your life. It could also simply just be an opportunity that is very closely tied to your emotions and expressing yourself. It definitely does feel like some offer here is being presented to you. It could even be an offer, like a spiritual offer that has to do with healing or wisdom or, anything like that. One second. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to me this is going to be about some sort of opportunity, or in general, it's about expressing yourself. Like, there could be something within you that is blocking you from being able to express yourself, especially emotionally. I just saw 2, 3, 4. That is definitely happening for a reason, and it's, up to you if you want to find out what that reason actually is, why you are so afraid to express yourself and to be honest and to stand up for yourself and say no and that kind of thing. Really to just stand out of place and to be different, maybe even to be a spotlight. If that resonates, that could make you uncomfortable. It does feel like for someone there could be a lot of pressure here to express yourself emotionally. If it's an offer about love with a romantic interest, or with someone in your life, or something in your life is just pushing you to express yourself sooner than you're ready. Definitely express yourself when you're ready. First, understand how you feel, what you're thinking about, what those thoughts mean. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplation that could be being indicated here, and I just saw 3, 3, 3. So definitely stay focused on growth and trust that growth is going to expand into something beautiful. I'm actually being reminded of the book Letters to a Starseed, and how the author, Rebecca Campbell, for some reason I wanted to say Rebecca Black, but I don't know, Friday could be a significant day. Also, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's aircraft outside, so there could be something significant about that as well, about flying. But what I was saying is I want to say, likens humans to flowers. We're here to bloom and to grow. I'm not really doing any injustice trying to explain it, but it's pretty much like we're here to bloom and to grow into something beautiful. But of course, just like flowers, we die too. There's something very beautiful about that comparison, comparing people to flowers. So that could be significant. And I just saw 4, 3, 2. So definitely that's coming up for a reason. Maybe you need to allow yourself to bloom and to just express yourself and to just show up however you feel called to show up, in a healthy way, or in a way that respects what you deserve and your worth and those kinds of things. I'm going to look deeper into this with the Prisma Visions Tarot to get a better idea what exactly the universe and your spirit guides want to talk about. Okay, so we have the Lovers. Oh, wow. With the heart chakra, Gemini, and Mars. We also have the number 6. If you see 666, don't let that scare you. It could represent the devil, but maybe not in the way that you think. Like, for me, the devil in tarot represents your self-destructive self. So if you see 666, that could be a sign about self-destruction and definitely about self-love. I know that the number 6 it's commonly known as the number of unconditional love, so definitely don't forget to have that unconditional love for yourself as well. And I did see 555, so there's definitely some sort of internal transformation that needs to happen here, so that way your external reality reflects what's going on internally, who you truly are, how you truly feel, and how you truly think. Definitely don't label yourself as something you are not. You are not your pain. Like, say if you are avoidant when it comes to more emotional conversations, that's not you. You are not avoidant. Your pain and your trauma has made you that way. You actually, you're someone, maybe you could be someone who was once very comfortable with expressing themselves and being themselves, but then as you got older, the world kind of just pushed you into this box that's just not meant for you. I just felt something here about, being in a box that's big enough just for you. Which, of course, don't put yourself in a box. I'm not trying to advocate for that. The point of saying that is, don't try. There could be something here about don't try to make people fit in your box. This is very symbolic, so if it doesn't make sense, that's okay. It may not just be meant for you, but the Lovers here, of course, this could be a very, very obvious message here that you are getting an offer romantically, or some sort of commitment here is being offered to you that has a lot to do with your emotions and expressing yourself. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could literally be anything, but to be able to commit to this, whatever it is, the first thing you need to do is learn how to commit to yourself, your health, your well-being, and what you deserve, because without you, there is no dream job, there is no home that feels like home, there is no people in your life that can treat you how you deserve to be treated. Someone here could definitely be being called to value themselves more and to value who they are more, to value their strengths and to even value their weaknesses. And don't forget, weaknesses can always be turned into strengths. Maybe it's true too that strengths can also be turned into weaknesses. It's really just a matter of what you focus on. Like, I don't know. I was going to give an example, but honestly, I don't know. With Gemini here, I know that Gemini has something to do with twins, so twin flames could be significant for somebody else. I'm also feeling something here about looking at yourself in the mirror. Maybe there could be mirroring between you and another, very familiar patterns, because they are your own patterns. But if that doesn't resonate, please, please, please use your judgment when it comes to labeling the relationships in your life with spiritual labels like karmic or twin flame or whatever. If it helps, don't use labels at all. And just, how do I put this? Look at the relationships in your life as something to learn from and to grow from rather than to label. If that makes sense. Your heart chakra could be very, very significant. I could definitely feel, it really depends where you are on this journey of healing, but there is indication here of heartbreak that you need to overcome. You need to be more comfortable with being misunderstood and being judged and not being validated and those kinds of things. Just being able to stand tall in your own energy and your own confidence and that kind of thing. Yin and yang could be a significant concept that you want to look into like feminine and masculine energies. Remember that we all have feminine and masculine energies, and I just saw 1010. Your spirit guides and the universe really want to help you better understand what femininity and masculinity are from a spiritual perspective. For me, I'm not going to tell anyone what to believe. I'm just going to tell you what I believe. I believe that femininity, like I said, we all have femininity, we all have masculinity, and your more feminine side is internal, has a lot to do with your thoughts and your emotions, your passions, and your masculinity is how those thoughts, feelings, and passions show up in your physical reality, how they show up in your actions and your decisions. Let me get a drink of water real quick. So you know how in like some interrogation rooms, I guess, there's like this mirror, but people can actually see through the mirror on the other side. It looks like a mirror when you're inside of the room, but there's a room behind that mirror that people can see through into that room. That could be a significant analogy or comparison or whatever for somebody. Like, I'm really feeling like this mirroring type of energy, but this is just within yourself. How your feminine energy mirrors and reflects your masculine energy. Remember, what's going on the inside reflects on the outside, and that your power comes from within. For your next card, we have the Eight of Swords with even more Gemini, and that's Saturn or Jupiter. I have no idea. I've been thinking about doing more studying when it comes to, deepening my understanding of the cards and spirituality and all those things. But this Eight of Swords here really confirms what I was talking about with heartbreak. There is so much fear here. Now, it could just feel like a lot because there's more than one person watching this, but there's so much fear here around expressing yourself and setting boundaries and just being honest. And I just saw the number 12. What you need to be focused on right now is your communication skills and learning how to set boundaries. The best way to learn how to be more honest with others is to learn how to be more honest with yourself, but you also have to be kind to yourself. Like, look at yourself like your younger self trying to learn the world. Like, there had to have been some adult there to kind of help you see things for what they are and help you accept reality in a more graceful way, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that you had that figure growing up. I'm just saying you should have, whether you did or you didn't. You need to look at yourself from, like, through a lens of your childhood self. I just saw 1313. There's a lot of good luck and a lot of good fortune waiting for you. Italy could be significant. I actually learned recently, okay, so usually people are like, the number 13 is a bad luck number, but for me, it's good luck. And I actually learned that in Italy, which is, my ancestors have a lot to do, just saw 333, but they see the number 13 as a number of good luck. So I'm definitely getting this feeling, like, if you have signs that are usually associated with, like, bad things, I just saw 3, 4, 5, like 666 representing the devil, and 13 with bad luck. I really think you need to change your perspective on the signs that you are seeing, because the universe will never project evil or ill-intended energy towards you. When you get signs and synchronicities and stuff like that, the universe is trying to communicate with you. I feel like there's something here about you looking at the universe as the bad guy or the villain or the thing not to trust. But you can trust the wisdom and the guidance that you are receiving from the universe. And if you're not understanding something, let them know. Let them know you're trying, but you're struggling and you need more help. You need more confirmation. You need more reason to believe. There could be something here about that. I just saw 432. That's happening for a reason. Definitely, especially with seeing 1010, don't be afraid to communicate with your spirit guides and the universe and to really work on that relationship. I feel like the biggest relationship, aside from you and the universe, that you need to be focused on is the one with yourself. But remember that improving your relationship with yourself is improving your relationship with the universe, because you are one with the universe. You are not separate. So definitely pay attention to your fears, but not with fear. Try to look at it from an objective standpoint, and don't judge yourself. God, please do not judge yourself. It's not your fault that you feel like you live in so much fear. I just feel like you have a really distorted perspective on reality. And again, the yin and yang symbol and that symbolism is coming through again. I saw 543. It's coming through for a reason. Definitely highly recommend you better understand that concept and feminine and masculine energies from a spiritual perspective. For the next card, we have the Page of Wands. So like I've been talking about your inner child, the Page of Wands is really here to confirm that energy. I always see the Page of Wands, I'm seeing 1616, that comes down to a 77, another sign or symbol or whatever of good luck and good fortune that you could receive. But you first need to meet the universe halfway and give more to yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The more that you give to yourself internally, the more that you can have externally. That's just how it works. But the Page of Wands, this represents your inner fire, your inner flame, your spark for life, all that joy and optimism and courage and sense of adventure that you have for life, and it never goes away. We always need, we're always going to want to go outside of our comfort zone. It's natural to want to go outside of your comfort zone. I feel like you need to look at life in a way where you can take it less seriously, especially when it comes to the darker, more challenging things. Maybe looking at life as more of a video game could help for somebody. But reigniting this flame within you, feeling more optimistic, more hopeless, or hopeful, that's not what I meant. Feeling more optimistic and hopeful and courageous about life. Someone here really, I'm getting the strong energy here of alignment. You're definitely being called to align in some way and to stay focused on your healing, to keep an open mind, and to just stay patient with this entire process. I've been spending the last 3 years or something like that on the whole spiritual healing thing, and it's a lifelong thing. So enjoy the journey. Don't be too hard on yourself, and allow yourself to explore and to learn, especially when it comes to yourself and who you are. I think understanding yourself is what you really need to be focused on right now, so that way you can help the world understand you. You need to get better at communicating so people can better understand you, for sure. I just saw 1818 comes down to 99 master number, at least for me. And that's definitely a sign about your purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. The better that you become at communicating and setting boundaries and saying no, the more you're going to encourage others to improve in those areas. And so, you getting better at communication, especially when it comes to communicating with yourself, and how that's going to help the world better understand you, you're going to, directly or indirectly, you're going to help others feel more encouraged to get better at communicating and setting boundaries, and therefore helping more people feel understood. I definitely feel called to say that if you feel really misunderstood, you are definitely not alone in that, and you are definitely on this spiritual journey for a reason. For your next card, we have the Empress, which really confirms that you really need to be focused on your feminine energy, your inner world. And, so that way you can align the way that you think with who you truly are, the way that you feel with who you truly are, you can align what you're passionate about with what you truly are. I definitely feel something here about your actions aligning with your morals and your values, but, your actions, that first starts within. I just saw 122, and then 1, 2, 3. Remember that change starts with you, and that all of this is definitely happening for a reason. Trust that the work that you're doing is not only going to pay off in a way that benefits you in the material world, it's also going to benefit the collective and to really help make the world a better place. So definitely don't underestimate the work that you're doing and the impact that you have. We have the heart chakra. Again, with the Empress, that could be a very significant chakra for you to look into. Maybe a meditation around the heart chakra could be significant. We have the sacral chakra as well, and Venus on the Empress card. Let me think for a second. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up on like Chariot kind of energy where you need to, it's like a mind over matter kind of thing. You need to have more control over your mind rather than your mind have control over you. You having control over your fears rather than your fears having control over you with this 8 of Swords here. And I remember that, you know, you're being called to let go, knowing that you deserve more, your worth and what you deserve. And if you're not willing to heal and to overcome your fears, you don't truly see your worth and what you deserve is what I'm feeling. The number 3 could be a very significant number for someone as well. Interesting. So with the Lovers, there needs to be this union within you, so that way you can be united with people and things that are truly meant for you. But there needs to be balance here between your masculinity and your femininity, between your grace and your courage. If, you could, have too much courage and take too many risks, or you could have not enough courage and be more comfortable with being more graceful through life. Too much of anything is not a good thing. And I just saw 333, like I said. The number 3 could be a very, very significant number for someone if you're seeing 333 or, 4 3s, 5 3s, whatever. The universe is really trying to communicate with you through the number 3. And 369 might be significant as well. For your last card, yes, we have the 7 of Pentacles with Taurus. So whoever needs to hear it, this could just be a reading for you to let you know that you are on the right path, and to just encourage you to keep going, to keep healing, to keep changing your perspective and having more control over how you feel and your decisions and ultimately your reality. 1 second. We have the number 7 on the 7 Pentacles as well. So that's just a reminder that the more that you give to yourself internally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, the more that you are able to receive from the universe externally. Because if you are not open to challenges or the darker aspects of life, you're not open to the light and the more easier, brighter things in life. I just saw 444. Stay focused on your foundation. People you surround yourself with, where you live, where you work, stay focused. Independence could be a significant thing here. Like, really, especially with the Lovers, your biggest focus right now needs to be on you. And if you're worried about love and finding a partner, don't worry. Just allow what's meant for you to find you. There could be something here about chasing outcomes instead of letting them fall into place. Trust that everything is happening for a reason and that everything is as it's meant to be. You may not understand, the certain meaning behind things now, but down the line, the more you invest in the spiritual path, the wisdom is going to come to you and it will all make sense. I just saw 543. Like I said, that's definitely happening for a reason. And with me having to clear my throat a lot, there could be something significant here about your throat chakra and using your voice for sure. And I just saw 555, some sort of inner transformation here that is going to make it easier for you to say what's on your mind, pretty much. But yeah, the 7 of Pentacles is a very hardworking energy. The Knight of Pentacles might be significant. You might be lacking the optimism or the hope or the courage that you need to stay focused on healing and overcoming some sort of heartbreak or internal blockages. There's just such a strong message about patience and trust coming through. And I'm really feeling to say again, please don't be afraid to communicate with your spirit guides in the universe, because they're really trying to encourage you to stay on this path, and they don't want you to get distracted or to feel lost or to feel confused. But that will be the end of your reading. I hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you'd like to hit the like button to show me that, that's the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can donate through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. And I also want to say thank you so much to those of you who have been showing your support thus far. It really does mean a lot to me. And the last thing that I do want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.